Hi, I'm Simon of Simon's Fine Foods. Today we're going to be doing salmon pinwheel, just with a nice scallop and tuna mousse. So what we're going to do, we're going to start off with our Atlantic salmon here. I've got a metal ring. You don't have to use this, you could use a ramekin if you wanted. I'm going to run a little butter, just melted butter on the inside of the ring. This is going to help make sure that the fish isn't going to stick to the center. So it's nice and easy. Take our fillet of salmon, so it's about a 7-ounce piece, and we're actually just going to cut this straight through. And it's just something a little different, like, you know, a lot of people eat salmon, but just kind of trying to serve it up in a different way. Quick bit of seasoning, so some fresh black pepper, just a little salt. And again, I'm just going to brush, again, a little bit of butter on the top of the salmon. Now what I'm going to do is actually line the ring with the fish. This is going to create our pinwheel. So now what we have is a nice little pocket there. So if you didn't want to use this sort of scallop mousse, you could fill this with shrimp or with just spinach or anything like that, really. So the next stage, really, we're going to make the mousse. So we're going to take our seafood, and we've got some lovely scallops, a little bit of sashimi tuna. You don't need to use sashimi grade. You could use kind of a cheaper grade, a cheaper option. A little bit of salmon trimming to just give you some extra protein. We're going to put that straight into the food processor. What we do now is add a good pinch of salt. Now what the salt does is actually draws the moisture out of the fish, allowing you to add more liquid to it. If you were to add egg and cream to this just pureed on its own, you'll end up with a kind of a sloppy mess. So this way you'll actually get a nice glutinous protein product. And we'll blend this for probably about 30 seconds, not too long. Okay, and if you want to come on in, you can see the gelatinous kind of consistency of the product there. It's kind of nice and thick, and we can add some liquid into that. So that's looking good. We're going to add a couple handfuls of baby spinach. This is just giving us a little color, a little bit of extra flavor. I'll blitz that up. Okay, next we're going to add about half a beaten egg, and again this is giving us a little protein, and the egg white is going to give us a little kind of fluffier mousse. Okay, now I'm going to add a little bit of cream, and the cream just gives it some nice richness, a little bit of kind of smooth texture there. Just a splash, you don't need too much. And just to finish off, just some fresh black pepper. Okay, and there we go. We have a lovely mousse. Definitely not a dessert mousse, but this is going to be great inside the salmon. Okay, so we've got our nice mousse here, so we're going to fill up the salmon pocket. All we're going to do is just take a spoon. If you had a piping bag, it'd be a little easier, but we're not using a great quantity of mousse here, so pop it straight in, just push it down, make sure there's no air pockets. And at this point, if you wanted, if you had a nice raw tiger shrimp, you could actually just stick that straight in the middle. The whole thing will kind of cook together. We're going to take that to the oven, and we'll cook this at about 350 Fahrenheit for about 10 to 12 minutes. Don't cook it too long, otherwise your fish is going to overcook and become really dry. So make sure it's nice and moist. So we're going to serve the salmon pinwheel with an ancient grain called quinoa. This is kind of making a bit of a comeback due to the kind of the high protein content and just all the kind of goodness you can get in this. It's got, you know, kind of been known as a super grain. This is it in its raw stage, so very similar to couscous, just a little bit smaller. Now what you're going to do to cook this is basically put in a pot of water. It's basically a 2-to-1 ratio of water to the quinoa. Bring it to the boil, simmer for about 10 minutes, put a lid on and let it steam, and then we actually end up with this cooked product here. It's a really nice grain. It's actually, like I say, it's very similar to couscous, and we're going to basically treat it the same way today. So what we're going to do is take the salad there, so the quinoa for our salad, and we're going to do a very simple one today. I mean, you could flavor this with kind of anything you want. You could put in some orange zest and you know, sultanas, raisins, kind of make it like a Moroccan style couscous. Today I'm just going to season it with a little extra virgin olive oil. This just adds a little bit of moistness to it. And we want a little acid there, so we've got some lovely red wine vinegar, so just a little kind of different flavor. Try not to use just your regular white vinegar because that's generally too harsh for kind of food dishes really. So we'll put in just a glug of that. We're going to put in some fresh Italian parsley. Now what I do is I just give it a wash and then just shred it, and just nice and chunky. You don't need to kind of do too much of this. You really want that nice parsley, fresh parsley flavor. And again, if you had some fresh mint, you know, put in some of that. Put in some lemon juice or orange juice, fresh of course. And put in some fresh black pepper, salt, and we'll just give it a little stir up. And it's very simple. Like we don't want to overpower the salmon. If you had sort of too many flavors, like lemon would work really well right now. But if you had too many flavors going on, the salmon is going to kind of lose the flavor. This is going to kind of be in the background. Gives you a nice starch, but gives you that extra protein. That'll be sort of good for you. So we're going to do a little garnish for our salad. So we've got some nice little cherry tomatoes, some capers, which gives a little kind of piquancy to the dish. So we're going to just chop these up just kind of roughly, just get some different shapes going. And if you like to cook and you want to learn this kind of thing, I run cooking classes here in the Avalon Center. My website is simonsfinefoods.com. You can read all about the types of classes, the times, prices, etc. I also do online sales of some fresh entrees and desserts and dressings, stuff like that. So if you're interested in that kind of thing, check out the website and you'll get all the information. Give me a call and get you in for a class. So what we're going to do now, just a little chop of the capers, just to break them up a little bit. And then we're going to put our salad together. Now you can have this hot or cold. I think for summer this would be nice to have this kind of chilled. Winter time, have it hot, depending on what you want to do. So we're going to just put all of our quinoa into here. It smells great. The parsley gives it a really nice, fresh, clean flavor. And nothing too heavy for summertime. And you know, thank goodness the snow is melted, so it's now kind of the perfect kind of weather for this kind of food. We're going to put a little bit of tomato, just sprinkled around, nothing too fancy for this one. Just some capers in there. And then we're going to bring in our main event. So here we go. So this is the beautiful fish. Now remember we molded it with butter, we put in the salmon, we made the mousse, and you can see on top there the mousse is set nicely, the fish is cooked up. There we go, that comes off. So that's why your butter's there, to make sure it doesn't stick. And we've got a lovely, beautiful pinwheel. As far as presentation, kind of look, see which was the best side. So we've got a nice bit of glaze there, that looks pretty good to me. Put our salmon on. And what I'm going to do is just finish out with, again, a little bit of nice, fresh, extra virgin olive oil. Just round the plate. And that's it, and that's a beautiful summer dish. It's something a little different. You know, you won't find this in everyone's house over the summer. Salmon pinwheel with a tuna mousse, tuna scallop mousse on a bed of lovely quinoa. So this stuff's really good for you, with some olive oil, capers, cherry tomatoes. I'm Simon, Simon's Fine Foods. Thanks for watching.